Hi everyone, this is Sean. In today's video, I'm going to answer a question that was posed from one of our subscribers. His name is Gavin. And Gavin sent me an email. Now, I'm having difficulty understanding the message. But overall, his question poses an important issue. So I'm just going to generalize the question that I believe he's trying to ask of me. And I'll answer him individually because this is a very important question. If it wasn't important, I don't think that he would even send me an email. Guys, if you're kind of an introverted person, you don't want anybody to know what's going on in your world, you don't want to post publicly, you can always send me an email. My email is in the contact box of YouTube. I don't know exactly how to explain how to get to it from right now as I sit in my car. But there's a contact box how you can find my email, and you can email me some questions if you like. Sometimes if there's a question where I made a video already, maybe some months ago, it might take me a long time to get back to you. I just responded to an email from 3 months ago. That's a question that I answered in a previous video. So I do respond if you ask me questions that were answered already. It just takes a long time. New questions, to be honest with you guys, I get more excited when I get a new question that wasn't answered. And this question is a new question, and I don't want to come off as an arrogant person. It's just that my time is very limited. Okay, so let's talk about first. Actually, let me head over to the store right now. Let's talk about private security reporting standards. If you guys don't know already, I am a report writing instructor at our local police academy. I teach the learning domain that the Peace Officer Standards and Training requires of new police officers. I've been teaching that for about 2 years, maybe a little bit more. But I'm the primary instructor that's in charge of the report writing curriculum. When we did a lot of the COVID restrictions where we separated the academy into different classrooms, I was a lead instructor that would show the other instructors what we're teaching today. So they would follow the curriculum that I have established for that particular time period. The best way on how to report an incident is directly. Hold on, guys. I'm at a busy intersection real quick. Let me just cross real quick. Okay, so the best way on how to report something is by reporting it directly on your report. So if you're a security officer on patrol and you observe something that's reportable per your company policy, the best way in reporting it is you make the report. And your report, to sound as honest as possible, you should be using the words I. On this date and time, I, Officer Sean, was on patrol, and I was patrolling parking lot B when I observed a window that was shattered from a vehicle. And here is the make, model, and description of the vehicle. But you're going to use the first person perspective because it just sounds more honest. Now, there are some security companies where you actually have somebody that's writing the report. You might have a dispatcher that's writing a report. And there's two reasons for that. Number one, it keeps the patrol officer in the field a lot longer if you do it this way. Give me a second, guys. Let me park real quick. So it gives the patrol officers the ability to be visible, be proactive, be a deterrent when they're out there. When they're stuck writing reports, it does delay things. And if you're working, let's just say a patrol account where you have 15 different sites that you have to patrol, if you're spending time writing a report, you're neglecting time from one of the other properties. So one property might have 5 minutes of patrol or pass by, or maybe a DTEX one patrol where you're hitting all the DTEX places. DTEX, if you guys don't know what it is already, it's basically an electronic clock. We'll talk about that some other time. But the other properties is being neglected because you're spending time writing the report. So a dispatcher, maybe a supervisor, or somebody else would write the report for you. So that's one reason. Second is this. Now, I don't mean to sound arrogant. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm demeaning to the security industry, but there's a huge void in the security industry. And if I'm wrong, you guys tell me. There's a lot of people that don't know how to write. They don't know how to write proper English in an email. And you guys, I'm not talking about people that are immigrants to the country, maybe the last year or two. I'm talking about Americans that have been here the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. There's a with the whole Child Left Behind program that's been in public policy for years. We've had the worst writers ever. It's frustrating to see some of these the way that some of these reports, letters, emails, even texts are written. As a report writing instructor, some of the reports that I get in the police academy, it looks like somebody did some type of massive text message, and that's how they write the reports. It's horrible because you can't even understand what they're trying to say. And guys, again, I don't mean to be demeaning, discouraging, but a lot of emails that I get from you guys, I can't even understand what the message is that you're trying to convey. And that's just me being honest. I have somewhat of idea of what you want to say, but it's very difficult. I respond to almost every email that I get. It might be delayed or message, but it's hard, you guys, to understand. So that's one of the reasons why a dispatcher or even a supervisor would actually write the report. Now, we have to take into account ethics and honesty. If you put the word "I," like I saw this, I saw that, and at the end, you're putting reporting officer's name, and then they want you to sign. If you didn't see the events and you're using a first-person perspective, that's a lie. That's an inaccurate report. You can't do that, you guys. If this ends up in court, not only do you, well, we'll talk about the hearsay issue, but if this shows up in court, you're going to show up as a liar. You can't do, even if your supervisor tells you to do that. If you guys have a supervisor that is having you write a report, and using first person perspective, I did this, and then they're having you sign your name at the bottom or print your name at the bottom as the reporting officer. If you didn't see all these things and you're using a first person perspective, that's a lie. Send the supervisor this video, and they need to be retrained. If your supervisor's telling you this, they are completely wrong, and I will look them in the eye and tell them they're wrong. I'll tell them on the phone that they're wrong. You can't. That's not something that you do. If you're a supervisor, you're watching this, and you're saying, "Hey, Sean, this is not going to work out for my company." There's another way that you can do it. So you can write the report in third person. So I read a lot of reports from the U.S. Customs Service, Homeland Security, Border Patrol, and a lot of their reports are they in the past they've been third party. So it'll say agent so and so saw this, saw that, did this, and at the end there's a signature and a name of a Border Patrol agent that didn't observe any of that. But that's okay because this agent is reporting something that another agent saw, but it's in third person. So those of you that are complaining that your supervisors are making you lie, make sure that the report is not in third person, because if it's in third person, then it's fine as long as they're reporting it accurately. This is the least accurate way of reporting things. You actually have double hearsay. It might be triple hearsay, but for sure you get double hearsay. So any statement that is not made in court is hearsay. And generally, hearsay evidence is not admissible in court. So, and by the way, you guys, this topic that I'm explaining to you applies to almost every single state that's out there. And by the way, I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. It's not professional advice. This is just my personal opinion. When there's a statement that's made outside of court, that is considered hearsay. When you write a report based on your observations, that's hearsay, because it's a statement that's not made in court. In order to substantiate the evidence, your observations, you have to appear in court and testify before the court. When you do that, that's not hearsay, because you're testifying in court. So your report is hearsay. When you are when you're reporting something on what someone else saw on the report, you have double hearsay. And in the security field, a lot of times you get managers, supervisors, or you get these report writers that are actually reporting, or they're actually creating triple hearsay. Now that's topic of another discussion. It gets more confusing. So let me just summarize, because I may have lost some of you guys on this. And if you understand, please, in the comment section box below, please put just I understand. You don't have to explain anything, just I understand. If you don't understand, just put I don't understand. Or if you want me to clarify by showing an actual report, show you something in writing, just put can you please make a video where you show me some visual aids or something. Let's communicate with each other. The most accurate, in summary, the most accurate way to report an incident is by using the words I. It's honest, and you are reporting what you saw. You sign your name, you put your name at the bottom. The less preferred way, but it's an acceptable way, is if you are reporting what someone else saw. You can do that as long as you use a third person point of view. So you would write, Officer so-and-so saw this on this date and time. And it's okay that you put your name at the bottom and you sign, as long as you are the reporting officer and you are writing what someone else is reporting. To clarify once again, the report should read, in this third person perspective, Officer Sean saw the subject trespassing on property on this date and time. That's totally acceptable. So let me know if you guys have any doubts, or you're confused, or maybe you disagree with what I have to say. Take care.